Hey, do you want to know I play Uptown Funk on a pile of junk? Me either! Alright guys, I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can play this. The first is if you were doing an acoustic version and you wanted to learn that slapping technique. Second one is if you're playing it like on the record. And the third one is if you wanted to just do an acoustic version that was something like this, where it's just basic chords. Okay. Alright, so you can just choose whichever one suits what you're after. Alright, now the first thing we're going to cover is the slap technique, and note that you need to have your low E string tuned to a dropped D, so you're in dropped D tuning. What that means is you want this to be an octave lower than this note here, so it's a D but an octave lower. So that's your fourth string, first, second, third, fourth string, which is the D. You want to take your E string and tune it down until it sounds the same as this D. So okay? The first chord is a F chord with this D bass. Okay, so what we're doing is it's the same chord shape as a D, move it all the way up to the 5th fret like that, but we're going to play it as a bar. So bar the bottom 3 strings like so, middle finger goes to the 6th fret of your B string, ring finger goes to the 7th fret of your D string. You're ready to learn the slap technique. Alright, now the thing here is that you're going to be slapping that bass, the low E, which is now a D string, using your thumb all the way back here. Now on this guitar it doesn't sound very good because the body is very small, but if you've got a bigger bodied guitar you'll be able to hear it a lot better and get a crisper slap sound. But it's going to take a little bit of practice before you get this, okay? So stick at it, it's going to take some practice, man. Alright, now we're going to go through it like a strum pattern, okay? Across the bottom you'll see the pattern coming up now, so we're going bass, chord, which is these 3 strings to play the chord, okay? And I'll go through the chord in a sec, so we're going bass, chord, slap, which is a dead slap anywhere like that, no note, so bass, chord, slap, chord, okay, that's the first part. Bass, chord, slap, chord. Alright, so bass, chord, slap, chord, and then we go bass, bass. So bass, chord, slap, bass, bass. Bass, chord, slap, bass, bass. Bass, chord, slap, chord, bass, bass. Alright, that's what we've got so far. Then the last part is chord, slap, chord, bass. Okay, so that's chord, slap, chord, bass. Alright, so if we put it all together, it's bass, chord, slap, chord, bass, bass, chord, slap, chord, bass. Woo! You got it? Me either! Bass, chord, bass, bass. Bass, chord, bass, bass. It's that sort of feel. Okay, so we're going bass, chord, slap, chord, bass, bass, chord, slap, chord, bass, bass. Okay, because the last bass, and then it goes back to the first bass. Because I'm all about that bass, Alright, okay, and then we go bass, chord, alright, and then we're going to apply the same pattern to the second chord, which is a G7. Okay, a G7, but your bass is going to be on the 5th fret because we're on drop D. So give us that G bass is actually on the 5th fret now. So by the 3rd fret, the bottom 3 strings, then put your ring finger onto the 6th, little finger to the 6th fret of your B, and then middle finger to the 4th fret of your G string, like so. And your ring finger is now going to be playing this G bass up here on the 5th fret because we're in drop D, so we need to move it 2 frets higher to get that bass right. Alright? And then the same pattern, bass, chord, slap, chord, bass, bass, chord, slap, chord, bass. Yeah! Okay, so again, man, it's going to take practice. And even I, on this guitar, am not getting a very good bass sound there, am I? Okay, so we're going D minor 7, F to that G7. Now you can also make play the actual bass line on top while you're doing it. So you're going. Okay, if you can figure that out, to hammer on from the third to the fourth, to the fifth. Alright, but that's going to take a little bit of practice as well. So hang in there. I know it's very, very tricky, but you can do it, man. Just watch this video 100 times and share it 1,000 times and you will rock. Alright, so those are the two chords, and then the only changes is when there's no guitar at all and it's just the drums and bass and whatnot. And the Uptown Funk, Gonna Give It To You, that's just that D minor 2. Alright, now the other variation of it, if you just wanted to, you could do it like this. So the same F chord, like so, but put your little finger up to the 8th fret, like so, on the high E, and then the next chord is like a D7 chord, but up here, okay, so little finger on the 7th fret of your highest string, then onto the 6th fret of the next one, 7th fret of the next, and then your bass goes to the G bass up here, a G7, okay? Okay, and you can play it like that. If you wanted to do that as well. Alright, now let's talk about the second way that you can play the song, which is more like on the record, not without the slapping stuff, if you're not into that. And so let me teach you. You're going to play an F chord way up here, okay? So on the 13th fret, bar the bottom two strings, the highest two. Middle finger goes to the 13th fret of your G string. Alright, and then you're going to bar using a middle finger or even first finger, actually, it's fine, on the 12th fret of the bottom three strings, and then middle finger can go to the 13th fret on the highest string there, okay? And those are your two chords. Alright? So what's happening there is it's basically like a D minor, an F chord going into a G7, okay, which we've already talked about. The other way you could play it is, let me just bring it back to standard tuning there, is if you wanted to play it a little bit fuller sounding, if you were playing just an acoustic version, you could bar the, where were we, 10th fret, all of the strings. Put your ring finger onto the 12th fret of your A string, and you can put your little finger down here onto the 13th fret of the B to give you that sound. Okay, and then the second chord, that G7, you're going to drop your little finger down a fret. Okay, and then you're going to add your ring finger, which was up here. You're going to move that down a string to the G string, to the D string, sorry, to play the G7 in that position. So. Okay, another option for you there. So there's a few different ways that you can play it, all completely fine. Just feel free to muck around with those. Yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, man. And also go to our Facebook page for additional content. God bless you, man. You rock.